everything should be running a little bit smoother than it used to before. Chances of systematic crashing is now so minimal. I say that, there's also Jen already spoiling the water. Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of FSX FS Passengers. So, the longest leg of the American flight today, we're going from Keflavik to Kulusuk. So, about an hour and a half of flying today. Should be a pretty interesting one, let me tell you. So, I will set up the aircraft, stick in FS Passengers, and then we will be on our way. Although one thing I do need to do is actually switch over from the live stream company to actual Drawyah company, so I'll be back in 20... You'll have a jump cuts. Right then, so it's going to FS Passengers. We will start flights. 9 passengers at gates, load them all up. Here's passengers if you're interested. Otherwise, it's about 50% fuel for the safety of that, and fill it with cargo. It should be fine to fit it all up. Hang on. There we go. Destination is Bravo Golf Kilo Kilo, Kulusuk in Greenland. Flight duration, like I said, it'll be about an hour and 20 minutes, an hour and a half, second another 15, about an hour and 40 I'm going to put into that. Otherwise, here's the maps. Like I said, the longest route of my, longest leg of my flights to the US, where I'll be flying across to Greenland. After that, it'll be a little bit shorter. And then we head over to Canada for the first time, fly maybe 2 legs in Canada before entering the US of A. I don't know, if I ever do a return route back to the UK, it'll probably have to be maybe head south, come around and back in through Africa or something. We'll see. We can make it a bit of an interesting loop around the world of this company. So, back in simulator, stick in an hour and 30, I think we may go 35 actually, not an hour 40, you may get a little bit quicker, we'll see. Set destination.
Destination set.
Load it immediately, that's fine.
Check flight.
190, 195, 210.
Flaps up. Avionic. Check and
Right, start flight. Oh yes, I've also turned off. Well, no, the EMB has come off automatically since I now have finally got the DX10 fixer for FSX, and since then everything has run so much better than before. Thank you, Chris Bell, for telling me to just spend your money and get it. So yes, I do have now the DX10 fix. I also bought the Cloud Shadow add-on as well, but no clouds here, so I don't think we'll see that one in action today. So yeah, start up the aircraft, get ourselves ready to go. Seatbelt sign is on. Lower that. Fuel pumps active. Since I know what happens when you fly without those turned on, I'll give you a hint. Not good things. PO de-icers. Lights sets. No, I want logo light. Landing lights, taxi lights just yet. Battery can also come on. There we go. Make sure that's all fine. Connects to VATSIM as well, so I am Delta Alpha 256. It's a D228, Dornier DO228. File a flight plan, so I'm going from, hang on, where's Keflavik ITO code? Briefing, BIKF to BGKK, BIKF to BGKK. Alternate airport, there's none of that. Time currently 8:48 Zulu, so if I go 08:55 probably will do it. Time en route be 1 hour 28 minutes. Fuel available, I've got enough fuel for at least 3 hours 20. Whoops, 20, not 29. Cruising speed will be 250. In fact, I can check it in here what the cruising speed will be under flight plan. No, it's not 950, I can tell you that for a fact. I'm sure it'll be about 250 for this flight, so yeah, sticking 250. Cruising altitude is 8,000 or 6,000, 8,000. And route, we are flying, it's a direct, so BIKF direct BGKK. No remarks. Send and receive. File flight plan. Flight plan file. Give me now a second to quickly do something else as well. Alright then, with that, we can now start up the engines, so that's all fine. Alright, so ground, ground, start and rich. Engine 2 will now start up. I won't bring up the thing just yet. That can also come on as well, the FMC. So yeah, it's basically just a quick direct route, nothing too major. Right, engine 2 is now on. Make sure it'll stay down until the engine stabilizes, otherwise we're going to crash into the terminal right in front of us. As you have got the side terminal, nothing that major, it's just a small building where we can stick our aircraft away from the gates. So I have a Cherokee nearby as well. On the runway. Anyways, engine 2 has started, now do engine 1, so that can close, that can open, start and rich. There we go, engine 2 is now started. Now she needs to wait for that to stabilise. So the actual thing as well, so we're climbing to 6,000. Sorry, 8,000. At 1,000 feet per minute should do it for now. Yeah, you see we are very slowly edging towards the terminal at this point. As for this aircraft, the propellers are, in a way, way too overpowered for this. So I am now just sitting here until the engines stabilise. Eventually. Yeah, limit switch, there we go, limit switch off. Doesn't normally take this long, does it? Is it maybe worth jump cutting this one then? So see how close we are now getting to the terminal, just slowly edging our way towards it. Anyway, soon to 1 to 2.8. Needs just to get the aircraft ready to go whilst we wait for this thing to calm down. So 1 to 2.8 on Unicom. Because I don't think there's any towers. There's some towers over in Europe right now, but there's up nearby. No, there's not. Inside airspace, that's fine. Your dampener, flight director on. Your dampener on. Flaps all that set in just a moment. Once the aircraft is ready to actually do what I want it to do. You know what, I think I'm just going to jump cut this one because this is now just ridiculous. It should not be pumping this much power into the engines this long. I'll now jump cut until the engines calm down. Finally! It's a good part of 5-10 minutes that, but both engines have finally calmed down, so yeah. Actually make sure this is all on as well, we need that. Otherwise, I think we are now fine to go. So, head towards the runway. Any runway it prefers us to go to? Nope, winds are 131 knots. Okay, that's actually really good for us. So, yeah, pine brake off. Let's go taxi to the runway. I'm also using a new stick I recently got, the Saytech Pacific Aviator. It's a decent stick. It's nothing too special, but it does the job. It does the job I need. So yeah, I got that fairly cheap at game. I went to a physical game store, walked into it and bought it. Something no one's probably done for years, but it's a decent stick. Still learning a few ways around it. Likewise, I've got some things toggled on the actual switch as well, because it comes with 8 different switch selection things at the front, a couple of modes. Just done the gear, haven't I? Yes, I did. So a couple of switch modes at the front, 8 different buttons. Also got a little view thing at the top here, and trim as well I've done to this. So that'll be pretty good for the next couple of, hopefully, years. This thing will last. I mean, a joystick controller is not something you really want to be buying every couple of weeks, is it? You know, it's about to enter a runway. I think this should be fine for us to depart from. No winds, everything's fine. That should be a good enough departure for us. So I'll bring the aircraft to a halt now. Set parking brakes. And now to have that sim, we are now departing from runway. Hang on, let's jet back over here, can't I? Runway 20. So it's departing runway, whoops, 20, and it's Kilo. Sorry, it's Bravo India Kilo Foxtrot. Alright, so now it's departing. Landing lights now come on. And yeah, it's now departs from Keflavik. What's that? Flight director, is that saying yes? Flight director should be on. Yes, it is. So, enter the runway, don't go too fast, or you just flip this thing, as I have done once before, a few weeks ago, if you remember that one, during the pretty poor approach and crosswind weather. Otherwise, it spoiled up the engines. And off we go. So yeah, got black marble installed. Also, there's another add-on. Basically, gets real-world road data and sticks in the simulator. V1 rotates. Takes real-world road data. Positive climb gear up, and sticks in the simulator. At night, also creates some really nice nighttime scenes as well. So that's fun to have installed. Anyways, it's autopilot on. Navigation. Sorry, GPS needs to switch over as well. Navigation sets, altitude selects on. So now I'll be climbing at 1,500 feet per 1,000 feet per minute to cruising. Yeah, it's a right turn. Then we're going to head out that way. Make sure speed's not too bad. So it's V2. Speed's fine. Everything's fine. Try to turn to reset as well. Should be sort of fine. Yep. Perfect. In fact, I might even increase our rate of climb a bit. Speed-wise, actually speed-wise pretty stable, so I'll keep it at that. So I'll increase the flaps. And there we go. We have now this departed Keflavik. Sorry, Reykjavik. We have a 787 now actually near us, KLM. Otherwise, no other traffic. Should be pretty standard flight this. And yes, having the DX10 fixer installed, everything should be running a little bit smoother than it used to before. Chances of systematic crashing is now also minimal, I hope. And it should be good. It should be good overall. I I say that, there was Jen already spawning in the water. Yeah, just ignore that. I'm guessing it's just conflict with the ground mesh I have installed, the 3 mesh X, and just the default auto gen the simulator, something that major. Like I said, we've flying this flight for a good hour now, hour and a half after flying today. Some weird line in the distance. Can you see that on the left, just below the passenger's window? That's over there now. Probably just some stitching issue. Anyway, hour and a half flying today. This will be a long flight, but should be a good one overall. In terms of profit as well, should be good, decent profit as well. We have 9 passengers aboard, and this will be the longest flight I've done for this company so far, an hour and a half. So this would normally be a live stream episode, not gonna lie, but I'm not gonna do much on site. So yeah, let's just carry on flying and enjoy our setup from today. So we're passing through 4,500. Everything pretty stable so far. Go to the map, see if there's like any weather updates or anything I could go for during this flight. See, there's 787 we saw earlier. A bit further ahead, going on much faster than I am. 522 compared to my ground speeder. If I actually get to my aircraft, that'd be useful. There we go, 166. No clouds. Winds are slight crosswinds, makes landing quite interesting as well. Nothing too major though, actually no, so if you turn on clouds, then yeah, cloud cover is going to be the entire flight. Precipitation is clear, no precipitation on arrival I don't think. Yeah, none reported. There we okay, no, not displayed yet. There we go, okay, so there's some precipitation during the flights. That comes a little bit later on by the looks of things, yeah. A little bit later on. About halfway through the flight from that was, so get ready for that later on. Otherwise, it was towards the bottom half, so it's not that serious, the rain. Yeah, it should be a pretty standard flight, this one. Hopefully with the DX10 fixed, like I said, everything will be running a bit faster, a bit smoother. No chance of any frame rate glitches or any of that. Roger that. It's not 2941, needs to be 2992 for a transition altitude. There we go. 10132992. Oh yeah, once we get to the US, transition altitude's at 18,000 feet, so no chance of us reaching that in this aircraft, not being pressurised. I mean, while we can technically go higher, the FS passengers depressurisation sickness issue will come in. Had that once before in the Mooney where I forgot to set to an actual cruising altitude, so we just climbed way past 10,000 feet. Right, so current to clouds now. I don't see any of that cloud shadows extra for the XM fixer actually being active. This looks like it doesn't work. Great. But yeah, some decent weather thanks to active sky. 787's out of view, it's now way ahead of me. pretty much the entire flight. The seatbelt sign can now come off, since we are pretty much stable at this point. If we do get some turbulence during the storm later on, then the seatbelt sign will definitely come on. One thing that would also help is actually bring up the mixture now the engines are so stable. There you go, should bring us extra boost of speed. Is the engine limiter off? No, they're not. That will come off as well. Give the engines as much power as they need for this flight. Yeah, there you go, speed's picking up. Once the speed does stabilise, we do reach the 200 knots, then I will have a look at active sky, which should give us an estimation on when we'll arrive at the airport I've forgotten the name of. Hang on, information. Kulusuk. For a flyby view, I do like these views, I keep saying. So yeah, make no comments about the O228's reliability, otherwise I've got a 100% success rate of it failing during the flight whenever I talk about the fact that I've had a few crashes in it. Last one being the one where I accidentally loaded the flaps a bit too fast, causing the flaps to just rip off the aircraft. Not my greatest moment ever, but it's growing on me, the O228. Like it's a good aircraft, one of my favourites, and one I'm glad to have in the company. So I think that what other people have as a model for this when it comes to model matching their aircraft. The O228 is not exactly one you have too many AI aircraft of, so I'll go for the default A321, which is what some people use still. I use a CRJ myself for an aircraft since it's good for high altitude, low altitude and all kind of flights. But maybe you can get a King Air model matching as well. Really, I mean, King Air's a bit smaller, but not King Air, sorry, the Caravan, the Cessna Caravan, a bit smaller than this, but same kind of characteristics. So with model matching should work no problem. Not for me, I've got my DO228, although I already realised during my live stream flights recently as well, I think it was a TB20, the Just Flight's payload aircraft. I actually found someone flying around that, so the model matching does work with your payload aircraft. I'm glad it defaults to World of AI and not PMDG for the 737s, otherwise the lagging in this thing would just be through the roof. Right, IMO, the speed warning, that should be fine though, so we're not overspeeding this. Back to active sky, it puts out ETA on 1 hour 21 minutes. There you go, plan arrival 1 hour 20, bang on. I was looking at the cloud cover as well. I think we are right in the middle of the actual cloud cover, which is quite nice. I mean, we're at 8,000 feet. Lower half looks like it's around 2,000 to 6,000. Up half seems like looks like 11 to about 15. I would put it at. I can do a weather request actually. Confirm that. Close weather station reports. Can go realistics, yeah, no winds reported. Clouds, none reported, okay, that's fine. We'll just go for current active weather then. Clouds, scattered 1,100. 16,000. Fair enough, a little bit higher than I thought. And actually, yeah, Vega, wherever I should do one. Not Vega. Destination, wherever I do on scripts as well. Visibility is fine. Few clouds of 12,000, that's fine. No rain. 2988, 1012. Yeah, it's pretty decent weather there. Slight winds, nothing too major. Easily can be dealt with in this aircraft. Man, what's to do for an hour and 17 minutes into the arrival? As I said, normally if I'm live streaming I'll have some like chats to go through or something. No, this is a single no, still that's you know what? This is anyone actually on the Unicorn maybe you can chat with. Thank you. There we go. And he gave me a receipt. For now, it's got a new voice card one I can get my own account with, basically, so I could have it automatic top up. Since, let me tell you, it's definitely boring to have to top this thing up every single time I take a train. So, just bought on my own account and just have an automatic top up. £10 every time I run out. I'll leave that in my wallet later. That's fine. Anyways, back to the flight. Only 3 minutes that was. Wow, I was hoping at least 5 or 6 to go past, but no, this is fine. I think most of the episode would just be silence from the cockpit. Right, there is clouds now coming up ahead, so I'm going to assume that is the snow storm is about halfway through the flight, so we've got plenty of time to go before that. KLM is back in view, apparently, no it's not. And yet, no one. I mean, the airport to receive the signals probably would be the KLM 787, but the chances of him answering are fairly slim, so yeah, I'm not going to make much of a fuss out of that. Looking at this cloud actually coming now, there's like a slight gap right in the middle there. One hand to the left, one hand to the right. Might even avoid that. I mean, we'll definitely get hit by some storm later on in the flight, but we may get around it. FPS, from 33. Got total rating from 30 to 33. This is a nice time to be at, so yeah, it should be fine, because I think I should be recording at 30 FPS. In fact, let me double check. There you go, 30 FPS. 1920 by 1080. So that's that fine. And yeah, using Bandicam since the start. Great program. It's not that expensive once you do get it, but nah, Bandicam's not failed me just yet. Apart from all times it has failed me, but you can just ignore those. Eurotrucks, I think, is the one that's failed me the most on sometimes. The way it just doesn't record half the video sometimes. Bit disappointing because I had a really good video not too long ago, and then I realised I only recorded about 2 minutes of it from the start, which wasn't that great by any chance. I'm not too sure what I did. I think I had to adjust settings or something. Should probably cut out editing as opposed to pause the video, but the program just glitched out. Lost all that video. Hand on hearts. So yeah, when it's recording like this, I'm not in full screen on Windows mode. I can actually see the red box around the program, which makes recording a bit easier. apologies I can't make this video a little bit more interesting, but at this point there is nothing I can really do to make it more interesting. It really is just a flight. Not much to look at. Other than maybe just a few clouds over water, nothing to look down onto. That's something we'll have to figure out later on. Like I said, this is the longest leg of the flight to the US. Once we've done this one, things should start getting a little more interesting. So next week we're flying over Greenland, along the glaciers, ice peaks and all that during the flight. So that'll be pretty good. And then after that, it's cut across to Canada and we're almost finishing off the long flights to the US. We were about to enter that cloud until we jumped away through the air traffic control camera, but it does mean that the storm may be approaching. We may have some turbulence in just a moment, we'll see. The 787 is getting closer again. He may be visible to us later on. We'll have to see about that, because he's still going a lot faster than I am. 522 to 230, about twice my speed. See how it goes. But yeah, storm could be coming up, cloud turbulence as well. We'll go back into that, actually going to precipitation, zoom in, yeah, right on the corner of that. I'll leave that one open, so just look to my right. So yeah, just over there, those clouds there, storm clouds. Hope turbulence isn't too bad in those either. That could cause a little bit of stress on the aircrafts. And this aircraft doesn't take much stress very well. I think you guys can see that by now. So yeah, in a moment I will turn on the seatbelt sign. And we'll leave that on for the majority of the flight until we leave the storm on the other side. ETA is 104 on FS passengers. ETA on this is 1 hour and 6 minutes. It's not going as fast as we should be, but I guess that's because of the slight tailwind we've got right now. Sorry, slight headwind, sorry. There, 8 passengers are now wearing seatbelts. I think they can sense the storm is coming, so turn that on. Get last passenger wearing a seatbelt now.
Please fasten your seatbelt.
And what to talk about? I mean, actually, one thing to talk about is that. How should I say this one? I'll think about it. Otherwise, we have an storm. We have an clouds. Expect some turbulence. There we go. First right turbulence. When it G's up, that'll be one thing to keep an eye out on. There you go. Plus 1.2 to 0.8. Few 0.7s in there. I think that was 1.4. Turbulence has stops again, but it will most likely return in a moment. Planned arrival 59 minutes, that's now over ahead. A few minutes, about maybe an hour till arrival, 1 hour and 5 minutes. Probably a bit shorter than that now actually. 1 hour and 1 minute. It's about 3 minutes ahead, the planned arrival thing. But yeah, I do now have a job in the real world, a social media advisor for Just Eat. So one thing I do now need to do is adjust my channel around that as well. So I do plan to keep my normal 4 week videos a week. Train Simulator and Fight One have also come to an end last week. It was the week before now, week before. So that has brought out 2 of the series, meaning I've got 4 left to do. The Euro Trucks, the Flight Sim FSX, FS Passengers, and the OMSI, and Rocket League. Rocket League I may drop in favour of Train Simulator in the future. I'll have to look into that, because I think I've talked about it in the past. Rocket League is not exactly doing too well at the moment. It's one series I think people do want to me to drop, so I'll think about that coming up soon. It probably will get replaced in favour of a Train Simulator. We'll see how that one goes. I mean, World Subways was decent for us. Train Sim World was great. People really enjoyed the Great Western Express. So I'll think of one more I can bring in. Train Sim 17 potentially. I've also got Trains Collector's Edition, things like 2006, Trains 2006. I could go for. So I have a few options when it comes to Train Simulator, but we'll have to talk about that later on. But at the end of the day, the real world comes before YouTube. I think you guys understand that. So I'm not giving up on the channel just yet. I think I've put enough effort into the channel, still some good connections here and there. So it's something I definitely need to try and keep on for the near future. As I keep saying, I do love these massive windows. Just look down all of the clouds down below, and during the land flights as well, just all the houses and all that below. It's a really, really nice side window this for an aeroplane. Okay, there you go, that's centre. There you go, another bit of turbulence there. But we're not yet in the rain apparently. Precipitation, I'm sure we're in the area by now. Unless that's all cleared out. Oh no, there we go. Apparently we've just exited it. Well, I'm not going to complain. Means, guess we'll be a lucky escape out of that. So, disable that. Disable winds as well. We're on 54 minutes. We are maybe a further away, and I've got a feeling that the 787 paused, because there is no way we ever took this guy. So yeah, he must be paused. For level 377, yeah, he's stopped. So yeah, we're about a third of the way there now. Sending in 50 minutes, landing in 54. This was at 50, so yeah, a few minutes ahead. Also, this low altitude cloud as well. Almost flat of the aircraft. That is pretty cool, not gonna lie. How are we doing? Probably about halfway through the flight now, actually. Yeah, actually just under halfway through. Great. As I said, it's a massive flight today. Not much really to talk about because there's not much going on at the moment. Yeah, he's still paused. He's way off. See if anyone actually is online now. Maybe see him and talk to. See if there's anyone who's actually here. Not a bit of latitude cloud over that. There you go, some nice effects out of that. A bit of turbulence. But overall, some really nice scenes out of this. I'm about to have to see that sign off again, but with the cloud ahead of us and there's some minor movement there of turbulence, I think it'll be best to keep the seatbelt sign on just for this moment. Been recording for around an hour now, an hour and 7 minutes. Plus I'd actually try turning on the engine as well, stabilisation of that, and at least 40 minutes left to go on the flight. So like I said, it's a massive episode, this one. Massive flight overall. Could be about 2 hours in length, this episode. To be fair, I'm not even expecting anyone to watch this entire video through. If you do, then you really are a true Drawyah fan. I mean, let me tell you, massive episode. Even his engine just sounds different there for moments. Yeah, massive episodes. Barely know any talking through it. Whoops. Some decent scenes, I guess, especially from the exterior of the clouds, weather and all that. I mean, the sun seems like it's rising more than earlier. It's now 5 past 11 now here. It's 1 hour 11 minutes recording, so I started recording plus 5 minutes as well, so 1 hour 15 I'd say. About 10 o'clock. Just before 10 o'clock. And it used to come out, get it edited, come out today, so yeah, that'll be fine. Alright, so we are now maybe, hang on, 27 minutes till descent, about half an hour to landing, so we're getting there eventually. Right, so we are now about 20 minutes from top of descent. We'll be there soon. We will be there soon. But for now, I'm just enjoying the clouds, really. Quite nice stuff going on there. It's quite nice effects. Right, we've now actually entered a bit of a larger storm cloud, that one. No precipitation though just yet, no rain, but that was a bit of a larger cloud. You can see how dark outside for a moment there. In fact, have a quick look at the radar. Precipitation is, yeah, past that. That's all gone. Cloud cover is okay. Actually, gets lighter during the descent because yeah, it was like 12,000 wasn't it during the approach? They go a few clouds at 12,000, so we should be all right in terms of cloud cover and visibility during approach. Okay, lock to aircraft and zoom in to get detailed radar imagery. There we go. So that's just, hang on, one more. Yeah, that's general cloud cover. And then that's actual cloud cover around the aircraft. Well, that's not exactly very much they give us, is it? It's back to general. Anyways, we've got maybe 200 nautical miles to go until we come into land. There you go, now the cloud cover. And we should soon actually see the coast of Greenland in the distance. I don't think that's over there, because you get a little bit whiter actually. Just zoom in. I think that may just be a cloud. Or not. That could be the coast of Greenland, just in the distance. Otherwise, we will start our descent in approximately, yeah, that could be the coast of Greenland actually. 15 minutes till descent. So it'll be a few minutes late, but that should be alright. The length of the flights being about 2 hours long. random looking at one of the Facebook pages from where I lived. I just found an old video from 1978. Wow. Right then, well, we'll soon start our descent. I'll start thinking about that now, at this point in the flight. Start our descent, and bring us down to land. No air traffic. The 787 is probably, I don't know, he's still pausing the distance over there. Otherwise, yeah, not doing too bad. So again, we started in England, the UK, through Scotland, up north, and about, we're now over halfway to our journey to the US. Possibly, hang on. No, actually, we are probably at the midpoint right now. Yeah, probably at the midpoint right now, so a little bit left to go. Although the length of the legs from this point on, I don't think will be nearly as bad as what we've had in this one. What, 2 hours of flight. Afterwards, I think we'll average maybe 45 minutes to an hour at most. First one's cut across Greenland, then we need to get to Canada. 2 legs through Canada, and we should be in the US. So it's not including this one. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. It could be 4 or 5 flights to get to the US. So maybe another month to go. In reality, I could do this all today, but it's 1 video a week, so yeah, 1 video a week. In reality, I could probably do like, I should be doing like live streams 24/7 all day, like a real pilot would do, commercial airline pilot flying from airport to airport. Maybe that'd make quite a good live stream one day. Wake up in the morning and just fly non-stop till I get to the maximum amount of hours a pilot is allowed to fly. Fly separate legs, maybe do like virtual Ryanair or something. That'd be quite interesting to do one day. Maybe I'll plan that just on like a weekend where I don't have anything going on, no work, no videos, they've all been pre-recorded and all that. Maybe I'll do that, because what, it takes me maybe, this series takes maybe an hour to record. Euro Trucks only takes half an hour to record. OMSI, now depends on the route length. Yeah, I could see what I could plan in the future. Yep, there you go. Iceland's now, Greenland, sorry, is now starting to appear in the distance as you get closer and closer to it. Hang on. There we go, back. Jump cut there, nothing too major though. It's sending in about, I'd say a little bit more than 2 minutes. Check the active sky because it's a coastal airport, so we don't have to go too far inland. Yeah, we can descend right in front of the airport really. Yeah, got plenty of time really to descent. 6 minutes. They're about 300 flights right now. Much look at the VATS map right now as well. There's an aircraft opposite side of Greenland. Going to Drawyah. Could you read a 787's paused. He's already way back. This is I know the 787 is way ahead. Sorry, so that means this map is in nope. Right, this could be wrong. If he's still there, yeah, he's still there. In reality, looking at Drawyah, he's over on the right side, about here, in the 787. Alright, so he never paused, he's just way ahead. So that's him. Doesn't work properly on mobile, I can tell you. There you go, close. So who's that over in Iceland? British Airways A321 over in Iceland. And then over here in Greenland, that'll be me. There we go, yep, D228. Operator unknown for my own airline. Yeah, pretty standard flights. Delta Alpha 256. So we'll be starting our descent in just a matter of moments. Pretty simple flight, this one. And like I said, I do have my own proper joystick now. The Satec Aviator, Pacific Aviator. Which means I've got a bit more of a control over this one. Look at that. Yeah, it's very slowly climbing to 8,000 throughout the entire duration of the flight. Climbed 7,500 and just very slowly climbed. We're now at 7,942, not 8,000. Pretty used to the fact that we're now so close to the North Pole. Anyways, we'll be there in a short moments. If I have a look at course on the map, I'll know where the airport is. Right, so it's on the north coast. Actually on a separate island, Kursk Islands, just off of Greenland, so... Right, I'll have to keep an eye out for that. So it's the island ahead of me. Very mountainous island, I have to say. Gonna be quite an interesting one to plan an approach around. There's no way else, I don't think. Not even though I'm going to use it. Any runway will do. 3 knot ones, yeah, that's fine. Any runway will do. But what altitude do I need to approach from to actually do that? The runway's not quite in sight yet. Have a look at Jones. I'm sure it's the southern island out of that. The flatter one. If we go to map, get rid of clouds. Right, so out of all those islands, yeah, it's going to be the far south one. Not the massive island next to it, so it's actually somewhere over there, the airports. I'll keep it on direct. Let me figure out which heading the runway is at. Yeah, no cheat warp, that's fine. The runway itself is heading... Okay, that's fine. So carry on flying direct. We will get to the runway, no problem. Yeah, that's fine. Runway 29 we'll be landing on. So if I go to this, which is 29, basically this is a landing report kind of thing. So when I land, right, Lord of the Landing, or Lola as it's nicknamed, basically it gives you like testing flying, so I can set that and do like a checklist landing thing. Actually, if you land test, go when ready, press Control Shift A. Or when you do land, select the runway you're landing on, and basically what you can do is then after touchdown gives you landing reports based on what rate touchdown was, how far you are from the centre line and that kind of stuff. So decent add-on to freeware as well, so happy to give that a go. Anyways, I'll be descending in a matter of 2 minutes, I think it is now. Yeah, 2 minutes, 1 minute 45 to go. Bring the aircraft down to maybe 3,000 feet, because it is a low altitude airport one, just minus the mountain sticking to the left of it. So I'll bring the aircraft down to about 3,000. Do that in just a moment. Select actually no, if I set that to maybe 1,000 feet per minute, okay, I can't just yet. I'll set it up on the thing just a moment. We didn't make the full 250 knots cruising. We made it about 200 due to the I think it's just, I'm not too sure why we're making 200 knots, not 250, which this aircraft is capable of doing. Anyway, there you go. The mesh is now starting to slow down as well. Airport should be visible soon, just minus the massive mountain just to the left side of the runway there. Although I can see behind that with flat lands, that there is where the airport's position will be, so I'll take a manual approach into that later. But as it stands, I'll leave it right that. Right, so we are going to start our descent. I'll announce I'm descending. Approaching runway 2. Hang on, Lord of the Landing. 29. Back into that sim. Runway 29. Bravo, Golf, Kilo, Kilo. Alright, now I will set the altitude select. And we're descending at 500, that's maybe 1,000 feet per minute, 3 minutes, no, a bit better than that then actually. That should do it, 800 feet per minute. If it comes to it, I'll just go into manual control afterwards and just land it manually. Because that's what the final part of the landing will be. So, how do we even get off this? We land here. Well, they take boats then to like mainland of Greenland. There's just 2 mountains anywhere else other than that one stretch where they put an airport there. Generally is the case, so as far as that is the reason why the airport's in the middle of nowhere. Right, now going a bit too fast, I will load a throttle. No spoilers, so nothing I can do about the speed just yet, other than actually lower the throttle. You're maybe a bit too high actually, so we'll go for the full 1,000. And that, if we bring it all the way to maybe 1,500, that should be fine. Okay, a bit more than that. Idle throttle, just above the horn buzzer. There we go. Not quite. That should do it. And that should be a nice slow descent into the airport. Then do the flaps, do the landing gear. Try not to rip them all apart. And coming to land in just a moment, so I might turn off the GPS in just a moment as well, since the runway is behind that mountain. No visual on it though just yet. Oh yeah, I do have the visual of the runway actually. It's right on the coast, so heading comes off. Navigation.
Passing transition altitude, Captain.
Roger that. It's transition 2988. So set that on the altimeter 2988. In fact, go 2,000 feet per minute on the descent rates, 2,500 even. So we are now going to really bring the aircraft down at this point. Flaps down by 1. They haven't exploded, always a good sign. Flaps down by 2. Gear down.
Gear down.
Minor turbulence, but that's fine. Let's increase the throttle a tiny bit. Yeah, a bit of a nosedive approach to this, but to be fair, the Drawyah GO2's weight actually is what approaches that most airports are like. I shouldn't get the dive of death issue at the end of it. Passengers aren't fearing that, so we should be fine for a steeper descent rate. Again, we do level off at 1,500. We'll then take manual control. Alright, so passing 2,500. There we go, now leveling out. At this point, I want to take manual control of the aircraft. Bring the aircraft to the right and just guide it into the airports. Gears down, landing gear. Yeah, gear down, flaps set. I should do one more set of flaps actually. Landing lights set. That was done as you never passed 10,000 feet. So it's just a case of bringing the aircraft into the airport now. So it's a left turn. No need to announce I'm on final since there is no traffic in the area. There never has been. I'm probably the first person ever to land at this airport on that sim. Bring the aircraft in. And yeah, this should be a good landing. Increase the throttle actually, speed's a bit low. Bring it to the right a bit. Left, sorry. Bring the plane down as well. Yeah, it should be a fine landing. There we go. Inline the runway. Idle throttle. Gently bring this thing down, and that'll do. Reverse thrust. Reverse thrust cuts. And yes, there's the Lord of Landing reports. 219 feet per minute, okay. Third distance 1,500, perfect. Centerline deviation unknown. Airspeed 84 knots, that's fine. Pitch, fail, okay, not a great pitch at all. Banking, 0.1 degrees, perfect. Slide set angle, 290.1 degrees, perfect. And maximum vertical speed descent rate, 1,500, fail. Okay, so it's a fairly average landing that. Wasn't great by any means, looking at the end-flight reports. Alright, so now leaving the runway, the gravel strip. Bring it to the end of that. I won't bother with taxi lights since it really is just a short taxi to there. There's the terminal as well. Plane to a halt. Parking brake set. And engines can now come off. Lights can now be set, so landing lights off and strobe lights off. Just turn it all off actually at this point. And exits can now open. And passengers will now start deboarding the aircraft. So I will skip all the deboarding, it's only 40 seconds, but that's fine. End of flight. There you go, so nice touchdown rate. That's about that. Total sim income, 103,000. Good reputation overall. And yeah, 180 bonus points made. But yeah, I like that income. Good income for very long flights. So if I record the flights, go into company manager. Total in the bank now is 13 million. Still haven't paid back this aircraft yet. In fact, have you paid back these two yet? I don't think we have. I mean, I could sell them, earn most of the money back, but I'll keep them in the company for now, since I do get the bonus, the fleet bonus, which is always good to earn. Otherwise, £73 repair price, that's fine for now. We can carry on flying like that. 35 hours logged. If I go to viewpilot log, here's all my flights. Yeah, still some very low points, including... What did I do wrong with that one again? No, it's the flaps, wasn't it? Yeah, because I didn't get the flaps issue. The thing we actually had to have 4 flaps takeoff. Didn't get that. But that's fine. Close manager. And I think we'll bring the episode to an end. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Leave a like if you did. Do subscribe. Next week we're flying across Greenland. Should be quite a good one. Looking at the scenery coming in on approach. But until then, it's a 2-hour episode this. It's just mental. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. Do subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.